We're here at TFS on location with TAC Talk Media. We're here with Coach Tyrone, and we're just going to ask him a few questions. So, Tyrone, when did you get your start with TAC Sports?
I started with TAC Sports 4 years ago, and I've been enjoying it ever since.
So, what makes TAC so different from all other organizations? Like, what makes it better?
Right, so what I really appreciate about TAC is we have a strong emphasis on player development. So in any program we do, we make sure we are focusing on each individual player, bringing them to their next level. So even if we have a big group session, we still have coaches that are there aligned with the players to fit their needs. And we help them, we encourage them, and we ensure that even during gameplay, everyone is involved. And we track their progression. So we have progress reports, and that way we know exactly when we have returning students, what level they're at, and what kind of training we need to give them to bring them to the next step.
This really sets apart TAC from all the other organizations out there, this in-depth analysis of a player's development.
Absolutely, yes.
So, you're coaching a team this year, U11?
This is U12.
U12. And what are your expectations for the team this year?
So as our first season, we're kind of just seeing what the level is in terms of who we've been able to attract for that first year. So right now we've got a very decent team. It's going to be more of a development season for us because we have a mixture of players. But the idea is this year we develop these guys into the top tier. Being able to play AAA basketball, and then as we continue to expand with more teams, we can have high-level teams as well as some development teams so that anyone that is interested in doing rep, they'll have a team slotted for them that they can participate in.
Yeah, I think the development team is a great idea because it lets those athletes that are perhaps not on par with the AAA teams, their skills, they can develop under tutelage from the good coaches we have at TAC. So, all this TAC talk, what is a couple of things that athletes should take into consideration when they're thinking about switching over to TAC Sports? Like, what is one of the main things that they should switch over for?
Right, so to be a part of the TAC program, we accept every student. We have a program available for whichever level. So our higher level players, we will be having specific training sessions for them starting in 2019, where if we have high performance players, those ones that are being recruited to different schools or want to be recruited into high prep schools or colleges, then we'll have high performance training specifically geared to them. We'll have levels for the rep players. So right now we have the one team, but we'll have pre-academies as well that'll develop those players that are interested for the following year to train at that same rep level so that when tryouts come along, they can be a part of the TAC team or another team if they are already a part of a rep team. And then those who are just getting into basketball will have things like house leagues as well as just regular training schools, which is the grassroots level. And that's just gonna bring them up to whatever their speed is. That's where we do most of our tracking. And then we just fit them in and we teach them the same fundamentals as we would teach our highest level, but just at their pace.
Well, you heard it here first. We got a big 2019 coming up for TAC Academy Basketball. So thank you, Coach Tyrone, for your time, and hope to see you soon.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks.